Dear candidates, I welcome you all on behalf of Staff Selection Commission and wish you very best for your skill examination. I am here to dictate you a passage of 1000 words at speed of 100 words per minute. But before that, you will be given two trial passages of 1 minute at interval of 20 seconds to get you acquainted with my voice. After completion of two trial passages, your actual passage will automatically start after 30 seconds without any further intimation or warning. These two trial passages need not be typed in your actual transcription. You can also cross them to avoid any sorts of confusion. 10 seconds to start. The National Integration Council, however, stated that if universities are to exchange professors, if they have to develop freely, then there should be the common medium of instruction, namely English and Hindi. Now, at the latest National Integration Council meeting, we are told that the medium of instruction in the colleges should also be the regional language ultimately, and if that comes to pass, I ask, how will national integration be achieved? It is permissible to envisage a stage if the scheme of the National Integration Council is implemented where different universities will have different medium of instruction. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I rise to support the Plantation Labor Amendment Bill brought us by the government for our consideration. Sir, the sad plight of millions of toiling people who sweat on various plantations in the country to earn valuable foreign exchange for us is really too much to be expressed in words. These workers live and work in most inhuman and pitiable conditions. These plantations include tea, coffee, cinchona, rubber, etc. And as we know, tea alone is one of the major foreign exchange earners of our country. But sir, it is indeed most regrettable that notwithstanding a lapse of 34 years since our independence, Mr. Chairman, the discussion on the resolution put forward by Mr. Sinha and the substitute motion put forward by Mr. Das has turned out to be a discussion in the nature of a general discussion of the budget of the All India Radio. I do not want to go into all the considerations which have been put forward, but I want to say one thing about the substitute motion that has been put forward by Mr. Das. I think in India we are developing a passion for having committees and commissions. We want a committee or a commission for every blessed thing that there is in India. I think there are millions and millions of things in India. I would say that before we think of having any other commission or committee appointed, we should first of all read the reports of those committees and commission which are before us, digest them and take action on them, and then think of doing something else. For instance, what is the record of the Ministry of Broadcasting in the matter of the Film Inquiry Committee report? They have now the Press Commission's report. The two bodies have been set up by this ministry. What action has been taken on the report of the Film Inquiry Committee, and what action is going to be taken on the report of the Press Commission? I think that the Press Commission's report may be thrown into cold storage. We will not allow it to be thrown into cold storage. I know what has happened to the report of the Film Inquiry Committee. Therefore, I say that this passion for committees and commissions should be curbed, and we should not run away with the idea that the commissions will provide the panacea for all our ills and that a committee will cure all our difficulties and troubles. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, right from 1952, we have been following democratic system in elections and we should feel proud of it. But as the days are passing by, the democratic system is being affected and our election system has to be changed as it is creating disharmony at the social level of our country. Everyone of you will agree with me and feel that the existing election laws need to be amended. But the question is in what way these laws are to be amended. On this, different political parties have different opinions. In this context, I would like to suggest a few points as I do not have more time at my disposal. Sir, I would like to refer to the expenditure incurred during elections. There are incidents where a single candidate contesting from a parliamentary constituency spent more than rupees 1 crore. The election wave is spreading and so is the expenditure. As the prices are increasing, election expenditure is also increasing simultaneously. But as per the notification issued in 1984, the Election Commission had fixed a ceiling of rupees 1,50,000 as election expenses for each parliamentary constituency and rupees 50,000 for each assembly constituency, and if this ceiling is crossed, it becomes illegal and the elections are countermanded. At present, the Election Commission is following this system, but I do not think it is a very practical since it cannot be made effective. According to former Chief Election Commissioner Sri Ganesan's estimation, the minimum expenditure incurred in a single parliamentary constituency is 1 lakh. So, What I would suggest that this ceiling should be raised keeping in view the social conditions and its practical aspect. I do not mind if this ceiling is completely removed. This ceiling is not serving its purpose. World Environment Day is observed on 5th June every year. Around 143 countries across the globe celebrate this day. World Environment Day was instituted by the United Nations with the objective to minimize human interference on the environment. In 1974, the first World Environment Day was held with the theme Only One Earth. Since 1974, the day has been celebrated every year with a specific environmental theme. The environment is the most precious gift to humans on this planet. Today, we need to focus on the importance of the environment and remind ourselves that nature should not be taken for granted. World Environment Day is observed worldwide to respect and be grateful for everything that the environment has given to humans and to take a place to protect it. World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June to raise awareness about the environment and prevent further damage caused by human activities. The day also reminds us of various measures and steps to be taken to protect our environment. Every one of us knows that global warming is the main cause that is impacting our environment. Thus, it is our duty to save and protect the environment.